This meeting is being recorded.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your responses. Thank you very much. Superb. Okay. So, what's our plan for our today's session? One of the most important topics of the course is auto scaling. In the last session, we have discussed about load balancer, isn't it? This is something related to load balancer. In the last session, we have discussed what exactly the job done by the load balancer. Today, we'll be learning about the feature called as auto scaling, which is something extension to load balancer. So all the clients will use the load balancer along with the auto scaling feature. Okay. So let's experience what is auto scaling. So before getting into the practicals of auto scaling, let's have a quick discussion. Some participants are waiting to have a quick discussion. So let's have a quick start with Nikhil Garg.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, Nikhil.
Good morning, sir. Sir, actually, I have some doubts.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, like when you are using echo command, uploading some of the text. If I want to upload a full web page, how can
Sorry,
I upload
sorry.
that?
Please repeat slowly.
Sir, like when you use echo command and
Mm-hmm.
write my Google,
Okay.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
if I want to upload a full HTML page
Full.
there,
You want to create a full website,
yeah.
isn't
So
it?
how?
You want an index page, home page, login page, contact us
Yeah.
page. First, create all the pages in your Windows machine, okay?
Yes, sir. I have actually.
And then transfer that pages to that particular location, okay?
Okay, sir. That
Using
or
WinSAP.
okay, sir.
You know WinSAP, Windows Server Copy Tool. There's a tool called WinSAP.
No, sir. Actually, I don't know about
WinSCP
it.
is a tool which is used. WinSCP is a tool which is used to transfer files which is there in your Windows machine to the Linux machine. Okay, it's very
Yes,
simple tool. So connect to that Linux machine and then using WinSCP, where you can transfer the files. Okay,
yes,
clear,
yes,
Nikhil?
yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
and the other doubt is like
Mm.
when you have means in the previous class made second machine means in the that third step
Mhm.
writing commands bin bash method and all that others. Sir, my those commands are not working. Means sir, my server is not written using that.
Okay, in the load balancer, we have discussed about how to create a second machine using the Bootstrap scripts.
Yes, sir. That was not working, sir.
It should work, Nikhil, because it's working for many others.
I sir tried. I tried 4 to 5 times, sir.
Which
But
operating system you have used?
sir, Linux,
Which
Amazon
Linux?
Linux.
Amazon
Am
Linux? It should work. Mhm. Did you open
actually,
the security group? Did you check that you have to open the right security group?
yes, sir.
Hmm?
Means, sir, I have selected the same key pair. The key pair is different, but the security group is same.
What ports you have opened?
Sir, HTTP and that Linux one SSH.
You should able to troubleshoot, Nikhil. Okay, so we have it is pretty simple. Okay, please try one more time.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Mm, Good morning, Abed. How are you?
Hi, I am fine. So yesterday I have created a Linux machine, but when I try to connect with my local computer, so I'm getting the new error, putty new session is not established. Such kind of error I have received.
Mhm.
So when I try to connect, so via web terminal, my putty session is connected. But when I try
Mhm.
to connect with putty, it not connected. So is
You
there
have
any?
converted the PEM file to PPK file.
Yeah, I have converted it.
Mhm.
So it may be reason to using the old putty.
It also could be the reason. Okay, okay,
Oh, fine.
okay, fine, no problem. Okay, thank you. Let's have one more last call before getting to the auto scaling feature. Arvind Gunta. Good morning, Arvind. Your volume is little low.
Yeah. Is it audible now, sir?
Yeah, it is better now, Arvind. Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, I have created the server. I have
Your voice is
used the cat
breaking.
command to review my index file also. But after while connecting to, is that better now?
Yeah, please proceed.
Hello.
Yeah, please proceed. We can hear you, Arvind.
Sir, I have created the index file on my server.
Okay.
But when I'm trying to access that using the public IP, I'm not able to connect to it. I'm using my hotspot actually. I'm not using any Wi-Fi also. On that day, on the fourth day, you have said that someone has the same query. You have said that you should try using hotspot. Even using the hotspot also, I'm not able to get that.
Open the group's security group, right ports, HTTP port.
Yeah, I have created that also.
You have opened the right port. HTTP port should be open from anywhere.
Yeah, it is open and anywhere. In the anywhere option.
You should be able to get it, Arvind. Probably. Are you using any office laptop?
No,
Or your
I'm
personal
using
laptop?
my own laptop. Yeah, it's my own laptop.
You should be able to get. Okay. So please try.
Will there be any settings? Will there be any settings?
There's
like,
no settings as such. Okay. You should be able to get that, Arvind. Okay. Please try one more time. Okay. It's pretty simple. Okay. Let's get into the practicals of the auto scaling feature. Okay. Before getting into auto scaling, I want to have a quick discussion about one minute. Sai Satvik. Before getting into auto scaling, Sai Satvik, can you explain us what exactly the load balancer will do?
I don't know about the auto scaling, sir.
Sorry?
I don't know about the auto scaling. I'm a fresher.
Okay, fine. Mukilan? Can you hear us, Mukilan?
Yeah, sir.
Welcome to the session.
Yeah.
Are you there in the auto scaling load balancer concept which we have discussed in the last session?
Yeah, sir. I know regarding load balancer, but auto scaling, I did not came through it.
Can you explain what is load balancer?
Yeah, actually, load balancer, it acts as an intermediate between client and server. It give request to the web server as a ping request.
Okay.
And check the health condition of the server. And then later it transfers the
traffic.
Yeah, check the traffics and transfer to the specific location which web
So
server
load balancer will receive the incoming traffic and then distribute the traffic to the registered targets. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me, what is the advantage of load balancer?
To avoid the downtime.
Okay. How load balancer will avoid the downtime?
Because load balancer is connected with multiple web servers and check the condition of web servers.
Okay. As load balancer is attached with multiple web servers, in case if one web server is down, but still users will get the application because the traffic will be routed to the second web server or third web server. So in such case, even though to an extent we can reduce the downtime of the application. Am I right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question, Mukilan. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
How many EC2 machines we can attach it to load balancer?
I think n number of machines.
There is no restriction. We can attach 2 machines. We can attach 5 machines. We can attach 10 machines. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we all know we have a site flipkart.com, isn't it?
Yeah, sir.
An online shopping site. Do you think sites like Flipkart.com they use load balancer?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, they will use load balancer because they don't want any downtime. Because when the application is down, they lose the customers and business. Agree, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, assuming the Flipkart.com will use a load balancer.
Load balancer. Yeah.
Now, how many EC2 machines they have to attach it to load balancer? For Flipkart client, let's say you are working for Flipkart client, you are working in a AWS team. Now, tell me
Yeah.
how many EC2 machines we should attach it to the
Only one EC2 machine.
why?
Why?
So you don't need load balancer for Flipkart.
Yeah, we need.
We need load balancer. Minimum,
Yeah.
if it is load balancer, minimum we should have 2, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, 1 is also fine. Do you think 1 you can handle the traffic? How many EC2 machines we have to attach it to the load balancer of Flipkart? So, number of EC2 machines is not static.
Okay.
Number of EC2 machines which we have attached to load balancer is not static.
Static.
Okay, assume that we are attaching 5 EC2 machines to Flipkart load balancer. Assume, participants. Thank you,
Okay.
Mukilan. Thank you, Mukilan.
Yeah.
Participants try to assume that Flipkart definitely uses load balancer, and how many EC2 machines are attached to the Flipkart load balancer. Assume that there are 5 EC2 machines attached to the load balancer. Okay, so we have decided, okay, 5 EC2 machines is enough, but how to decide the number of machines? Is 5 EC2 machines are enough to attach it to load balancer? Or should we go for 10 machines? Or should we go for 3 machines? How to decide the number of EC2 machines we have attached to load balancer? Number of EC2 machines which we have attached, which we should attach it to load balancer is purely dependent on the traffic. Is purely dependent on the traffic. When the traffic increases, we need more number of EC2 machines. At the same time, when the traffic decreases, we don't need those many number of EC2 machines. The number of EC2 machines should be reduced when the traffic is reduced to avoid the bill. The number of EC2 machines which we have to attach it to load balancer is not static, is always dynamic based on the traffic. When Flipkart is announcing a sale, the traffic may increase by double, triple, or they may increase by 4 times. At that particular time, the number of EC2 machines should increase dynamically, automatically. The increased machine should scale up. Look at the first topic, first day, or availability, scalability. Scalability, your infrastructure should scale up. It's not static, it's not fixed. The server should automatically increase when the traffic increases. Similarly, when the traffic decreases, to avoid the bill, server should automatically reduce, server should be automatically deleted. And this should be done automatically. We should not connect it to AWS account and increase the number of create a new EC2 machine. Because the traffic is increasing, we have to create that EC2 machine and attach the EC2 machine to load balancer. We should not do it manually. Auto scaling feature helps you to automatically scale up the infrastructure, scale down the infrastructure when dynamically based on the traffic. Almost every client who is running on AWS will use a feature called as auto scaling. Because you cannot decide that the 5 machines are correct enough. If 5 machines are enough, let's assuming that you're fixing 5 static EC2 5 EC2 machines to load balancer. What is the guarantee that the 5 machines can handle the traffic? Let's assuming in 2 machines, let's say 1, 2, assuming to avoid the downtime. So to reduce the load, you have 2 machines attached to load balancer of Flipkart. If the Flipkart traffic is doubling, even both the machines will also be having the load. But still, in the traffic is continuously increasing, both the machines will be down because every machine can manage a specific amount of load. That is called as threshold limit. Every machine can withhold a specific amount of load. If you attach two machines to Flipkart, when they're announcing the scale, obviously both the machines can manage a limited amount of traffic. Finally, when the traffic is still more increasing, that it goes down. So 2 machines or 5 machines or 10 machines or 100 machines, it's purely dependent on the traffic. So auto scaling feature helps you to decide the number of EC2 machines, exactly right EC2 machines based on the traffic. Very, very important. When the traffic increases, auto scaling feature will help you to create a new EC2 machines dynamically, automatically. Similarly, when the traffic decreases, the EC2 machine should be removed. This will be done automatically, and this can be done by using the concept of auto scaling. Am I clear? The importance of auto scaling. Okay, look at the theory of auto scaling. Please look at the theory of auto scaling. Please, let's have a quick reading. Auto scaling helps you to ensure that you have correct number of EC2 machines available. It always makes sure that there are correct number of EC2 machines available to handle the load for your application. You create a collection of EC2 instances called as auto scaling group. Anyways, we'll see that practically. You can specify the minimum number of instances and maximum number of instances in the auto scaling group. What we mentioned in the auto scaling example, we mentioned the minimum limit and maximum limit. Okay, we always mention in the auto scaling feature, we always mention the minimum number of instances and maximum number of instances. Okay, if the traffic is 0 also, there will be minimum 2 instances or 1 instance will be running. When the traffic is huge also, there will be, we always should give a limitation, minimum and maximum limit. Okay, so and then number of instances will be definitely within the range of the limits which you have mentioned at the time of creating the auto scaling group. Amazon EC2 auto scaling feature ensures that the group will never go above the size or below the size. Clear about the concept of auto scaling. I hope you have understood. I hope you have understood the importance of auto scaling. I hope you have understood the importance of auto scaling. Very, very important. In the interview, definitely they'll ask you a question about load balancer. That's what we have discussed in the last class. In continuation to those interview questions, they'll ask you about auto scaling, how to decide the number of EC2 machines. Your answer should be, we will not decide the number of EC2 machines. Number of EC2 machines is dynamic, because the traffic is dynamic, and you can handle that by using the auto scaling feature. Clear? This is the importance of auto scaling. Okay. Any questions in understanding auto scaling? Rohit Kalra.
No, Sunil.
Clear about what we have discussed about the auto scaling?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Raj Kumar Punjabi.
Hello, good morning, Sunil.
Good morning, Raj.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm also good.
Clear about the auto scaling theory, what we have discussed?
Yes, it's clear, but I have another doubt with this auto scaling, that if we require to change the configuration of our system in auto scaling, so we are permitted to change the configuration, or we are just bind up with the
changing the configuration is nothing but, let's say for example, auto scaling, Rajkumar.
Yes.
When the traffic increases, what should happen practically? The new EC2 machine should be created automatically. That's what the auto scaling feature should do, isn't it, Rajkumar? Okay, the new EC2 machine should be created, and all this EC2 machine will have a standard equal configuration machines. Okay.
Okay.
All the machines will have a standard configuration. Okay, common configurations. Okay, if one machine is having 4 GB RAM, every machine will have 4 GB RAM only. Okay, the configuration is always common respective of the dynamically those configurations. Using that, we will be creating it, Rajkumar. Okay, when we see practicals, we'll understand.
Okay.
Okay. To practically work out with this auto scaling, it's a 6-step process. I have clearly mentioned it in the notes. Obviously, we need to have a load balancer. We create load balancer, step 1. We create launch configuration, step 2. We create auto scaling group, step 3. Step 4, we create a topic in simple notification service. Till now, we are dealing with only one service called as EC2. We are now experiencing one more service called as SNS, stands for simple notification service. We'll experience what is simple notification service and what is the importance of simple notification service. And then we'll also define about CloudWatch. This is one more service. CloudWatch, it's a monitoring service. So we'll also experiencing CloudWatch, and then we'll be adding policies to the auto scaling scope. It's not a small example. It's a 6-step process. In the interview, you should clearly explain the importance of each and every step. So it's a 6-step process to complete the configuration of auto scaling. Okay. Step 1, let's start with creating load balancer. Load balancer we already have learned in the last session. I hope you have done some hands-on. Thank you for your responses in the WhatsApp group. I'm getting many responses saying that the auto load balancer is successfully completed. Thank you for your responses. So let's do it quickly. So let's start with creating the first step, that is load balancer. Okay. The first step what I am doing is creating a load balancer. Let's log into AWS account. Services, EC2, instances. Do not worry about my existing instances. Okay. Do not worry about my existing instances. How many instances are there? Please take a note of it. We have 6 instances. Fine. So our first step is to create a load balancer. How to create a load balancer? We already know it. Go to load balancer. You do not have any load balancer in this region. We are creating a new load balancer. Let's name the load balancer as sample load balancer with today's date, 12. Security group also, let's name it as sample SG12. And I'm opening 2 ports. One is SSH port, the other one is HTTP port. Configure health check. I hope you already know it. Request timed out 2, interval 5, unhealthy threshold 2, healthy threshold 2. I don't need to explain this again. We already have quick discussion. So, and click on next, review and create the load balancer. As simple as that. Let's go ahead and create load balancer in just 2 minutes. Create load balancer. For web servers, we go for classic load balancer. What's the name of the load balancer? We already have decided the name of the load balancer is sample LB12. Next. Create a new security group. The name of the security group is sample SG12. Description. What port I'm opening? SSH port. Next. Configure health check. Request timeout 2. Interval every 5 seconds. Unhealthy threshold 2. Healthy threshold 2. Next. Do you want any do you want to add any instances? No, I don't want to add any instances. Just I'm creating a load balancer without EC2 machines. In the first example, the previous example, first we have created EC2 machines. Second, then we have attached the EC2 machines to the load balancer, isn't it? But here directly I'm creating a load balancer without any EC2 machines. Yes, it is possible. You have successfully created load balancer. Close. This is the name of the load balancer which you have created. Are there any instances attached to the load balancer? Did we attach any instances to the load balancer? Go to instances tab. There are no instances. There are no instances registered to this particular load balancer. Right now, this is an empty load balancer without any EC2 machines. First step, what we have created is a load balancer. Fine. So we are clear with the first step. What is second step? Creating load balancer completed. Create launch configuration. You have a question definitely. Sunil, what do you mean by launch configuration? Definitely a question could be, what do you mean by launch configuration? Okay. So what is launch configuration? Let's try to understand. Rohit Karla, I want to have a quick discussion with you.
Yes.
Yeah, Rohit. As of now, we have created a load balancer. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
When the EC2 machine should be created automatically? Okay. When the EC2 machine will be created automatically when the traffic increases. Am I right? When the traffic increases, what should happen, Rohit?
Yes.
Proceed. What should happen when the traffic increases?
The traffic increase, that load balancer will like check that how much load that machine can get, and it will distribute to the another EC2 machine if the load is heavy onto one machine.
When the traffic is still increasing, the concept of auto scaling, what it should do, it should create a new EC2 machine. The point is the new EC2 machine should be created automatically. Okay, Rohit?
Okay.
When the traffic increases, the new EC2 machine should be created automatically. We should not create manually. We should not go into EC2 service and then launch instances and then select the Amazon Linux machine out of. No, we should not do it. The new EC2 machine should be created automatically. Okay, Rohit?
Okay.
When the new EC2 machine should be created automatically, what should be the RAM of that EC2 machine? Okay. What should be the hard disk space of that new EC2 machine? How many processors that new EC2 machine should have? Okay. What should be the operating system of that particular new EC2 machine? For that new EC2 machine, what port needs to be opened? All this you have to define it. As this concept of, thank you, Rohit. Okay. As this concept of auto scaling helps you to create the EC2 machine automatically. So you have to provide the configuration before it on hand. Okay, so you have to provide the hardware configuration of that particular, what should be the RAM of that EC2 machine, what should be the processor of that EC2 machine, what is the hard disk of that EC2 machine. Okay, what operating system that new machine should have, what ports that new machine should be open. Should we install any software in that particular new machine whenever it gets created? All this you have to define. You have to define. Where we define it? We define it in the launch configuration. Okay, all these details we mention it in launch configuration. Configuration of the EC2 machine. What is the RAM? What is the processor? What is the hard disk? What operating system that launch configuration that new EC2 machine should have? All this we have to predefine it, because when the traffic increases at that time, we should not provide the details. We provide it before it in the launch configuration file. So using the details what we have provided in the launch, using these details, what we have provided in the launch configuration, the EC2 machine will be created as mentioned in the launch configuration. It uses the RAM, the size of the RAM. It uses that particular hard disk you have defined in the launch configuration. It uses the number of processes you have mentioned. It uses you have to mention which operating system that EC2 machine should be created. The same operating system it will be created, and the same port will be opened. So all this helps you. Launch configuration helps you to create a new EC2 machine as per your requirements. Clear? That's the concept of launch configuration. That's the concept of launch configuration. Any questions in understanding launch configuration? Launch configuration is pretty simple. Basing on the configuration details what you have mentioned, those configuration details helps us to create a new EC2 machine. Okay. Emidi Shetty Naveen Kumar.
Hello.
Hi Naveen, am I clear explaining the importance of launch configuration?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First of all, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah.
So I have one doubt. We define everything in launch configuration.
Exactly.
The minimum and maximum threshold of the EC2 instance.
Minimum number of EC2 machines and the maximum number of EC2 machines. We will mention it in
launch configuration.
Auto scale, not in launch configuration.
Auto scaling
step
group.
3. Step 3.
And one more thing, sir. The main question is, my question is like, if the traffic is low, if the traffic is heavy, I mean to say, whatever we mention in the auto scaling, the maximum threshold.
Yes.
Beyond that, then what is the situation there?
Okay, so that's the reason. First point, even though the traffic is huge, it will not exceed the limit. Okay. Naveen, even though the traffic is huge, but still you have mentioned the lower limit and upper limit, right?
Yes, sir.
It will never exceed the upper limit. Okay. The existing infrastructure should handle the traffic. If still the existing infrastructure is not handling the traffic, the application goes down. So that is the reason upper limit we will generally view in hundreds of numbers. Okay. But your limit should be there. Okay. Because the traffic is automatically increasing, generally the bill will be very huge. You get the surge in the bill. So that's the reason. It's a conceptual knowledge is the conceptual concept is that we should provide the lower limit and upper limit. Upper limit we generally give a bigger number, so that at any point of time it does not go down. Okay, because we know the metrics of the previous demand. According to that, the business analyst will analyze, and then the infrastructure team we will define generally a bigger number in the maximum limit. Okay, Naveen?
Sir, if it is in uncertain condition, the thing is like
it will goes down. Uncertain conditions, it will go down. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But generally, it will not be happen because we'll regularly our AWS team will regularly monitor the traffic, isn't it? Okay, so that will never happen. Okay, Naveen?
Yeah, sure, sir.
But we have to provide the lower limit as well as upper limit mandatory.
If the sale is, for example, if there is a sale at Amazon or Flipkart, for example, they are analyzing like it's 1 lakh people will
connect.
The traffic is the traffic is more, and based on that they will define in auto scaling
maximum. But at any point of time we can change the maximum limit also.
Okay, for example, if it is not 1 lakh, if it is suddenly it will goes to 2 lakhs, then it will go down, right?
It will go down. You have definitely will go down. Okay, that is the reason that there will be planning team. Okay, Naveen, let's say Amazon is launching a sale.
Yes.
What should be the maximum number of instances in the infrastructure? They go for a statistics of the previous sale. Before 6 months they have announced the sale. What is the maximum number of EC2 machines we have used? They will analyze it. Okay. So if the traffic is expected something similar to it, they have the same instances, or they create 100+ instances. There's no harm in increasing the number of instances. Naveen, assuming the last sale they have 100 instances, they give 500 as a limit. Okay. Dynamically it will not go to immediately within fraction of minutes. It will not go to 500, isn't it? Agree?
Yes.
So generally upper limit will be very big number. Okay, in such case to avoid downtime. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Clear, Naveen?
Yeah, clear.
You already know this auto scaling, or is the first time you're learning?
No, I worked on AWS, sir.
Oh, probably all these concepts will be pretty simple for you.
Yeah.
What else services you are aware of?
Not much, sir. It's a very limited scope. When I worked in IBM, previous organization, it's like spinning of EC2 instances, VM sizing.
Okay.
Yeah, like creating the backup from the snapshot.
Okay.
Whenever the user is unknowingly deleting the file. I mean hard disk file. So we are just
restoring.
Restoring from the snapshot.
So only specific to one service you have, 1 or 2 services you have limitation.
Very, very limited it is.
Now you want to learn
Explore.
many other services to have more better understanding, isn't it?
Currently, I'm not working because in my previous organization I worked.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I'm working on Windows and VMware.
Okay. How many years of experience you're having, Naveen?
12 years.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Thank you, Naveen.
Thank you, sir.
Let's move ahead. So we have discussed about the importance of launch configuration. Let's create the launch configuration. Step 1, load balancer is done. Step 2, launch configuration. How to create launch configuration. The name of the launch configuration which I want to create, sample LCG launch configuration. Name can be anything. It can be your name also. Space. We always have a naming standard 12. This is the name launch configuration. Okay. This is Amazon Mission Image. AMI is nothing but the operating system. Before showing you launch configuration, I'll show you the AMI which I'll be using it. Instances, launch instances. This is AMI ID. Every AMI will Amazon Mission Image nothing but operating system will have a unique number that's called as an AMI ID. Okay, you can see these are the AMI IDs. Okay, so this is the AMI ID I'm using for launch configuration. Okay, so this AMI is not available. So let's go with Amazon Linux. Okay, I want to go with the 64-bit operating system. This AMI, I want to use it. I want to create this particular operating system. This is the AMI ID. You have to take a note of this particular AMI ID. Okay, I hope now it is very clear. Perfect. This is the AMI ID which I want to use. Okay, so I have taken the operating system ID which I have to use it in my launch configuration. Okay, look at this. Let's proceed. How to create launch configuration. Under auto scaling, you have an option of launch configuration. Scroll down. Under auto scaling, we have a concept option called launch configurations. You do not have launch configurations in this particular region, so I am creating a new launch configuration. Create launch configuration. What is the name of the launch configuration? Next. What should be the operating system the new EC2 machine should have? We already have taken a note of the operating system. This operating system the new EC2 machine should have. I'm selecting the operating system. So that new EC2 machine which gets created automatically when the traffic increases will use this particular operating system. Scroll down. What type of instances? Okay, this new EC2 machine which will be created. What type of instances it should be? It should be T2 micro instances. Choose the instance type. T2 micro instances. That's it. That means T2 micro. When I say T2 micro instances, this new EC2 machine will have 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU. Okay. It should not be a plain operating system. It should be a web server. So I'll provide the bootstrap script also, because when the EC2 machine gets created, it should behave like a web server. So web package should be installed automatically. So under the user data, under advanced details, I provide the bootstrap script. You know what exactly bootstrap script will do. Under advanced details, under user data, yes, mention the bootstrap script. What port that EC2 machine should open? So I'll be selecting the security group also. Volume, that EC2 machine will have 8 GB of storage. Fine. Select an existing security group. We already have created a security group at the time of creating a load balancer. I'll be using that particular security group. The name of the security group what we have created is sample SG12. Sample SG12. So this is the security group which I am using. So that means the new EC2 machine will open those two ports which we have mentioned in the security group. Okay. Next. Key pair options. I want to go ahead with creating a new key pair. The name of the key pair which I want to create is sample KP12. And I download the key pair. In Sunil AWS, I'm downloading the key pair. What is the purpose of this key pair? In case if the EC2 machine gets created, if you want to connect to this EC2 machine, then this key pair will be used. And create launch configuration. I hope you have understood what details I have mentioned. I have clearly mentioned that I want this the new machine which will create automatically when the traffic increases should use this particular operating system. It should have configuration of T2 micro. That means it should use 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU, and these are the scripts that gets executed automatically when the machine gets created, and these are the ports needs to be open. That's it. Clear? I have already created a 1 minute. One minute. Perfect. Perfect. Step 2 is completed. We have created launch configuration file. Okay, next. Step 3. We have created load balancer. Load balance is already ready. We have created launch configuration. The next step is to create auto scaling group. In auto scaling group, we mention the minimum number of instances and maximum number of instances, minimum limit and maximum limit. Okay. And then the auto scaling feature makes sure that the instances are always within the range of limit which you have mentioned. So that we have to create that we have to mention in the auto scaling group. Let's proceed creating auto scaling group. When you're creating auto scaling group, at that point of time we use an existing load balancer, because whenever the EC2 machine gets created, that should automatically get attached to load balancer. That load balancer information we mention it in step 3. Okay, let's name the auto scaling group as sample ASG12 is the name of the auto scaling group which you want to create. And you have to mention it in subnet. Subnet is nothing but the partition in the Mumbai region. When the instances will be created, new EC2 machine will be created. In Mumbai region, obviously it gets created. So in which subnet? Subnet is nothing but the partitions inside the region. We'll discuss more about subnets in the concept of VPC. So I'm using an existing subnet. That's not a problem. And then we mention the load balancer to which the new EC2 machine should be attached. And then configure the group size. Click on next. Click on provide the details and review. Okay. So let's go ahead and create auto scaling. Step 3. Step 1, load balancer without EC2 machine. Step 2, launch configuration. Step 3, now we are creating auto scaling group. How to create auto scaling group? What we have just now created is a launch configuration. Select the launch configuration. Based on this launch configuration, you need to create auto scaling group. Select the launch configuration, what you have created, actions, and there's an option called create auto scaling group. Selecting based on this particular launch configuration, we need to create an auto scaling group. Yes, I want to create an auto scaling group. Auto scaling group name. Based on this particular launch configuration, automatically attached, because we have created auto scaling by selecting this particular launch configuration. Next. See, look at this. We are in step 1. It's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. Okay. And all these steps are optional. Okay. So before that, I changed the quick order. One minute. Okay. I'll make a small change. Right now, I'm not creating any auto scaling group. Okay. I want to change a quick order of creation. We have completed load balancer. We have completed launch configuration. Now, next, what I want to do is to create a topic, because I'll be using the topic in the auto scaling group. I'll change the order. I'll be creating a topic in SNS. Okay. Now, what is topic? What is SNS? Why should we create topic in SNS? Let's try to understand. SNS stands for Simple Notification Service. This service helps you to provide notifications. Notification is nothing like a message, right? We get notifications in WhatsApp. Okay, notification is all about communication. It could be a message or an email notification, whatever it is. SMS notification. So notification is nothing but information. Okay. Now, what is the importance of this notification in this auto scaling feature? When the traffic increases, automatically new mission will be created. That's fine, very good. But as an AWS team, you should know that the EC2 mission has created at so and so time. You should get the information. You should be aware what happening is in the background. Everything happens automatically, but you should know it what's happening, or as it is automatically happening. When the EC2 machines are getting created, at what time the EC2 machine is created, when the EC2 machine is deleted, at what time it has been deleted. You should receive the node information to your email as an AWS infrastructure team. Let's say your client, you're working for Flipkart. There are total 40 employees in the AWS team of Flipkart. They should know, all the 40 employees should know, or group of people who are working for EC2 should know that at this point of time, at evening 6 p.m., the EC2 machine has been created automatically. You should receive an email. How can you receive you as an AWS team member, as an AWS infrastructure team, you should receive the information, what's happening in the background. How can you receive the information? By using a service called as notification service. When you use a notification service, you receive the information from that particular service. Okay. So first, let's create a topic. Okay. So when you want to use SNS, simple notification service, what you have to do is to create a topic. Okay. First step, what we want to do is to create a topic. So let's create a topic. Topic is something like a group. See, I want to send notification to all of you. What I have done, I have created a WhatsApp group and I added mobile numbers to the WhatsApp group. Am I right? In the same way, if let's say if 10 employees needs to receive notification whenever a EC2 machine gets created, so what we need to do is we need to create a group. Group is nothing but as topic, and then we should add email addresses to that particular topic. That's it. That's what we do it in the simple notification service. Let's quickly experience SNS, simple notification service. For the first time, we are moving out of EC2 and we are moving to next service. So one more service we are experiencing, simple notification service. Okay. Under application integration, you have an option called simple notification service. Under application integration, you can see simple notification service. Okay. What you need to do in SNS. Now, right now you're connected to simple notification service. Very simple. Step one, what you need to do, you need to create a group first. Group is called as topic. First, you have to create a topic. Next, step two, what you need to do. Add email addresses to topic. That's it. It's two-step process. Step one, what we need to do is to create a topic. So here we have an option. You can create a topic here, or you can see the topics dashboard. Right now, there are no topics, 0 topics which are there available. So I'm creating a new topic. Creating a new topic. Go for standard option. What's the name of the topic? Any name. My topic 1. Let's take a note of it. What's the name of the topic? my topic 1. Display name also my topic 1. And then create topic. That's it. Topic is something visualized as a WhatsApp group. That's it. Topic has been successfully created. Now you can see in the topics dashboard, there's one topic which is already created, my topic 1. As simple as that. Click on the topic. What you need to do, you should add email addresses to the topic. Adding email addresses to the topic is called subscription. Right now for these topics, how many subscriptions are there? 0 subscriptions. Right now for this topic, there are 0 subscriptions. So I want to add email addresses. So email addresses are nothing but subscriptions. So here we have an option of create subscription. Okay, so here subscription is nothing but I'm adding email addresses. I want to receive notification through email. If it is email, endpoint should be email address. If it is mobile, endpoint should be mobile number. So that's it. I have added the email addresses, create subscription. Subscription has been successfully created. Yes, now I'll show you. This is the topic which you have created. Am I right? When you click on the topic and scroll down, you'll find subscriptions tab, and you can see how many subscriptions are attached to the particular topic. As of now, there's only one subscription like this. You can add any number of email addresses. Let's say your AWS, that let's say there are 5 people who are maintaining the AWS EC2 infrastructure. So all the 5 email addresses you can add to that particular topic. Okay. Now you can see the subscription is pending as a you have to log into that as a subscriber. You have to log in and accept that I agree to receive no emails from AWS. So that's what I have to do it so that the subscription will be confirmed. So let me log into that email address which I have provided. Sorry, I have provided a wrong email address. Its spelling is wrong. Okay, I add a new subscription. Okay. Yes, now there are 2 subscriptions. This is the right email address. This is spelling mistake which I have done it. See, I agree. Subscription confirmation. I agree to receive emails from AWS. So I click on confirm. Subscription has been confirmed. Okay, so like this, the receiver should confirm it from his end. Now, previously it was pending confirmation, right? So when I click on refresh, it's now confirmed. Okay, so what I have done, I can add a number of email addresses. I am very clear. So I have created a topic and I have added email addresses to the topic. So I'll be using the topic in the auto scaling group. So that's the reason step 3 I have created a topic. Now I go for step 4, creating auto scaling group. In the auto scaling group, we mentioned the lower limit and upper limit. Okay. Obviously, we also mentioned the topic which we have attached. Okay. So create auto scaling group, select the launch configuration. Based on the launch configuration, we'll be creating auto scaling group. SNS is done. Go back to EC2. Select the launch configuration. Based on the launch configuration, I'm creating an auto scaling group. What is the name of the auto scaling group? Sample ASG12. As we have selected based on the launch configuration, automatic launch configuration will be mentioned here. That is step 1. Look at this. It's a step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step process. Very simple. Next. Where do you want the EC2 machines to be created? Obviously in the Mumbai region. In Mumbai region is having 3 partitions. Partition 1, partition 2, partition 3. The Mumbai data center is having 3 partitions. Partition 1, partition 2, partition 3. These partitions are called as subnets. AP South 1A, 1B, 1C. I want to create it in this particular partition. Any partition you can select, that does not make a difference. Okay. Next. I want to attach the EC2 machines to an existing load balancer. Obviously, attach it to an existing load balancer. You automatically choose from classic load balancer. You automatically get your load balancer. Obviously, the new EC2 machines will be attached to this particular load balancer. You have to mention that. Next. Configure group size. Desired capacity, minimum capacity, maximum capacity. Desired capacity is nothing but to start with how many instances you want. To start with, I want 10 instances. Minimum there should be 2 instances. That means even though there is 0 traffic, but still your AWS, AWS will maintain the two instances. That's minimum capacity. Maximum capacity, you can define a higher limit, something like 150 as per your requirement to avoid the downtime. Okay. I start with desired capacity 1, minimum capacity 1, maximum capacity I mentioned it as 10. Okay. Next. Next. That's it. And we will be adding the topic in add notifications. Notifications is nothing but the topic. That's what. Next. Add notification. Whenever the EC2 machine gets created, who should receive email? I should receive email. So I will be adding a topic. Do you remember the topic which you have created? The name of the topic is my topic. Add notification. Choose an SNS topic. We already have created a topic. That's the advantage. This topic is having 1 subscription or 10 subscriptions. Okay, so I already have created a topic so that I can use the topic as a notification. So whenever the auto scaling creates a new EC2 machine, I will receive an email. Okay. Next. Provide tags. Tags are nothing but the name of the EC2 machines. Key I write it as name, and machine I'm writing it as web server. What is the name I'm providing? Web server. That's it. Review and create. Next. Review the details. This is the name of the auto scaling group. Based on this particular launch configuration, auto scaling will create the infrastructure in this particular partition which are attached to this particular load balancer. Minimum capacity, maximum capacity. Review the details and click on create auto scaling group. Auto scaling group has successfully created. Clear about this. Auto scaling group has been created. Okay, minimum number of instances 1, desired capacity 1, max number of instances 10. So it will take some time for the auto scaling. Still is updating the capacity. We have done with step 4. We have created auto scaling group. Okay, step 4 we have completed create auto scaling group. So for your notes purpose, I copied this part. Copy. Before auto scaling. Not after launch configuration, but before auto scaling. This will be easy for you when you're practicing. So first create notification. That becomes step 3. And step 4 auto scaling. Okay, as we have mentioned, minimum number of servers as 1. If you go to EC2 dashboard, EC2 instances, I think by this time, one web server will be created. Still in the process. Still in the process of creating one web server. That's fine. So what's the next step? Okay. Let's proceed. Next. Very important. This is very, very important. Try to understand. Naveen Kumar again. Can we have a talk, MED Sethi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me when the new EC2 machine should be created, Naveen?
So when there is a load,
When the traffic increases, agree?
increases.
When
Yes.
the traffic increases at that particular point of time, the new EC2 machine should be created. Okay.
Yes.
But how do we measure the traffic? Okay. That's important. How
Yes.
do we measure the traffic? Okay. Assuming that right now there are 5 servers attached to load balancer. Naveen, assume that
Okay.
there are 5 servers attached to the load balancer. When the 6th server should be created automatically when the traffic increases. But
Yes,
how
sir.
do we measure the traffic? That's very, very important. How do we measure the traffic? How do we monitor the traffic? We can monitor the traffic using a service called as
CloudWatch.
CloudWatch. CloudWatch is a monitoring service. You can monitor, it's a monitoring service. You can monitor the infrastructure. Okay. In this particular CloudWatch service, we will be monitoring the traffic based on the metric called CPU utilization. Observe, Naveen, in our laptop also, when our laptop is very busy, it becomes slow, isn't it? Naveen,
Yes,
generally,
sir.
when
Yes,
you're
sir.
using your laptop or desktop also, when you're installing, when the background, when many tasks are happening, so at that particular time, generally our laptop will become very slow, isn't it? Practically, if you at that particular, when the laptop is behaving slow, if you look at the CPU utilization, you can also see it in a laptop also. I
Yes,
think
sir.
in the task manager,
Yeah.
uh,
You can see which
under,
process is
I
consuming.
think
I see.
CPU utilization, see 47%.
Yes, sir.
CPU utilization, isn't it? 33%,
Yes.
it's increasing. So you can check whether your laptop is busy or laptop is slow by using a metric called as CPU utilization. So in the same concept, we use it here. When the EC2 machine should be created automatically, when the average CPU existing is when the average CPU utilization of existing infrastructure. Okay, you should always take for average, isn't it?
Yes.
When the average CPU utilization is, let's say, more greater than 80%. Okay, then what is the action you want to do? I want to add the number of instances. Similarly, when the average CPU utilization is less than 30%, that means there is no traffic.
Decrease.
Okay? So what we have to do, we have to remove the infrastructure. So you have to measure it. You have to take the actions. The action will be happen automatically, but you have to define the conditions, isn't it, Naveen? The
Yes, sir.
conditions, we define it in a service called as
CloudWatch.
CloudWatch. CloudWatch is a monitoring service wherein which you can define alarms. Okay, you can define alarm based on the metric, and when the condition is true, you can perform your desired action. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm creating alarm in CloudWatch. Okay, next point, Naveen, how many alarms we have to create? We have to create two
Minimum
alarms.
two.
Two
Yeah.
alarms. Okay, we have to
Yes.
create two alarms.
Two
One
alarms.
alarm for increasing the number of machines, one more alarm to decrease the number
Decreasing.
of machines. So I want to create an alarm with the name my underscore alarm 1. This first alarm I'll use for increasing the number of machines, my underscore alarm 2. Second alarm I will use it for decreasing this. How many alarms I have to create? Naveen, two alarms. So which service we use for creating alarms? We will be using a service called as CloudWatch. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's switch to CloudWatch service. Under management and governance, you have a service called as CloudWatch. This is a pretty longer session. Under management and governance, we have a service called as CloudWatch. I hope you can see there's a service called as CloudWatch. Go to alarms. Right now, are there any alarms? There are 0 alarms. Create alarm. Select the metric. Your metric should be based on EC2 service, based on auto scaling feature. Your metric should be based on EC2 service. Based on the auto scaling group. Let's wait for the auto scaling group to get created. It's already 7:40. Still updating the capacity. It will take some time. I think I have provided 300 seconds. I should have not provided it. Health check grace period, I have provided 300 seconds. So it will take approximately some time. Okay. Once this Naveen, once this auto scaling group is created, okay, that group name will be available in this metric. Okay. So when you select a metric here, when you select EC2, here you are getting pre-instance metric. According to that, there's something called metric called by auto scaling group that gets created automatically here once the auto scaling group is created. So auto scaling group is not yet completed. So that's the reason it is taking some time. Okay. Okay. So let's stop the example for today because I have a client call I have to attend by 8 p.m. So what we'll do, we have not completed the concept. So we have created, where are we standing? This is very long example. So because a lot of things to be discussed, we have to discuss about policies. We'll be creating 2 alarms. We'll be creating 2 events, and we'll be creating 2 policies, and we'll be attaching the policies to the auto scaling group. So this example will take much more time. We cannot complete in this particular session. So I'm stopping this session. What we have done is we have created load balancer, we have created launch configuration, we have created topic, and then we have created auto scaling group. This still is creation in progress. So we will continue this tomorrow. So I'll be keeping all the steps already ready so that we can quickly complete the remaining steps for tomorrow's session and experience how exactly the auto scaling configurations can be done at the real time. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed this session. The balance practicals, we'll be seeing it in our tomorrow's session. Okay. Before ending, let's have a quick talk. Vandana Chaturvedi. Good morning. I can see your hand raised, Vandana. You have any specific question to talk?
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I had a question that whenever you are creating any EC2 machine, I heard that there are a lot of different kinds of EC2 machine which we can create, like on demand, reserved, or spot
instances.
how we can create on-demand or reserved instance. I do not see any time that kind of option when
Okay,
creating.
we'll see it soon if time permits. Not now, probably before ending the EC2. We'll see. So those instances are pretty cheaper instances when compared to other instances. Okay, Vandana, we'll see that later.
Hot instance, yes, I see that option, but for reserved and on-demand, yeah,
We'll see that.
never seen. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions in auto scaling, Vandana? Is this clear? Whatever we are proceeding.
Yeah, this is clear. Yeah, this is
Okay,
clear.
thank you. Good morning, Sai Satvik.
Hi, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
I'm fine, sir.
Your question, please.
Sir, can you explain about configuration?
About?
How to create scaling a configuration.
Which configuration?
Step 2.
Launch configuration.
Yeah.
Launch configuration is pretty simple, Sai. When the EC2 machine gets created, where EC2 machine will be created automatically or manually? Satvik?
Once again, sir.
EC2 machine in the auto scaling feature, the EC2 machine will be created manually or automatically?
Manually, I think.
Auto scaling, the EC2 machine will be created automatically. Look at the term auto scaling, it should happen automatically. When the EC2 machine creates automatically, what should be the RAM of that EC2 machine? What should be the processor of the EC2 machine? What port needs to be opened? What should be the operating system of that EC2 machine? Is it an empty operating system, or you want some software to be installed on that particular EC2 machine? All this we mentioned in the launch configuration. According to the details you have mentioned in the launch configuration, according to those configuration details, the EC2 machine will be created automatically. Okay, Satvik?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so thank you all. So as it is a pretty longer example, we will continue this example in our tomorrow session. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for tomorrow's class as well. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
And if you're not part of the WhatsApp group, sorry, I've seen many people asking to add them to the WhatsApp groups. Okay, so 1 minute, please. If you want to join people who are not part of the WhatsApp groups, one minute, I'll provide you a new link. In case if you're interested, you can join. Do not join the duplicate groups. If you're already in this AWS batch 75, please do not join the duplicate groups. So I'm sending the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. Okay. If you are not part of the WhatsApp group of AWS batch 75, it could be -1, -2, -15, -20, -25, anywhere. 75 group is a right group. If participants, if you do not belong to any WhatsApp group, okay, and if you want to get added to the WhatsApp group to get the updates, okay, I have provided a link. Please take that link from the chat box. Please take up the link from the chat.